Hi guys and welcome to Crazy Vape Show number 17. I'm Mark EatMaBB. We've got Dimi Crazy Damper and we have Wendy Vapes. So, Dimi, what are you using? And Wendy, what are you vaping on?
I'm vaping on the Keen MechMod with the. I'm getting feedback. Hold on. Just let me hold on, because I think it's like reading it through it. Okay, I think that's better. I keep hearing feedback, so I don't know where it's coming from. Do you guys hear it? How about now? I think I found it. Okay. All right. So the Keen MechMod with the OG Bonza RDA on it, and in that I'm actually vaping my cookies and cream. And then on my Wendy Vapes box, I've got the bulk RTA, and in here I'm vaping on the strawberry icing on the flakes. And then I've got my Angel Demon box with my Aromomizer Plus, and in here I've got my Queens, which is my line, and then I've also got that in here, which is the Topside Dual. I vape a lot. I like a lot.
I'm using my usual, which is the V-Stick and VK530. On top of that is a ORF Next Gen Chronicle tank. Also got Topside with this Modus Point Blank on top of that. Small Battlestar Squonker with this Modus Bunker on top. And in the full 3 I've got my Frozen Pond. And I've got my usual wee pods as well. So, welcome along to the show, Wendy.
Thank you so much for the invite. Finally got to be on. It's only taken, what, a month, 2 months to get on?
But you're here now, which is the main thing.
Yeah. I'm going to look out also already. There's 2 in the chat already. Steven, hi Steven, and Yakuza, and Garrett's in yours already, and Marias. Hi everybody from me. Wendy, I'm really happy you're in the show.
Thank you.
Finally.
I know. I'm so sorry. The schedule just kept getting so messed up. It was just.
That's not all. It's the show. It's always something with our show, so we're always glad.
I barely make it to my own live stream.
So I've got John and Graham coming to chat as well. They're my usual regulars.
Yeah.
So hi to you guys. Hi Jules.
Hi Jules.
So, I have to say a big friendship thumbs up to Matt Dixon at Mod King. I don't know if you've heard of him or not. No, he's out here. He's a shop owner, reviewer sort of person, and he done a call out before the show started. So I was like, I'll give you one in the show. So I've done that. That's my part of that done. Before I forget. Yeah, I usually forget stuff if I don't write it down, which I never do.
I know.
I know that one. I'm forgetting everything. And I'm not writing anything down.
You'll remember eventually.
Yeah.
I usually remember after the show. I was supposed to say this and supposed to say that.
Yeah. I never. Today I've got the same problem as with a lot of times with the show. I don't know what to say today.
Did you get any vape mail this week, Dimi?
This week, yeah, on Monday I've got the Pasito that was after last show. The Pasito from Small Hands, and there was something else. Yeah, the next mesh from Orf. The new mesh calls, the next mesh calls for the profile, and I think that's it for this week. Another one is coming on Tuesday. Got the tracking already, but it's Tuesday, so and that's it for this week. It was a quiet week again. Didn't go to work today or anything, so.
All I got in was Orf, not usually in tank.
When I started the coil on the Orf tank in the beginning, I didn't think it gave a lot of flavor, but now I'm using it for 4 days, I think, and now the flavor is getting better.
You have to break the coils on.
Yeah.
A few tanks at least.
Yeah. I think vaped a tank or 10 with the tank, with the bubble glass on it, and now it's starting, the flavor is coming through real good, so I'm starting to like it. I'm still using it, so that means a lot. A super home tank, and if I'm using it 4 days and I'm still using it, I'm starting to like it. Because after 4 days, most of the time the super home tank goes on the sides, and I'm only using it a day before I'm going to review it again to check it out again. But now this one stays on the mod, so yeah, it's a good one. So, but I'm really curious about the mesh coils, the new stainless steel mesh coils for in the profile for on temp control, because I don't like mesh in an RDA or a mesh in a tank, but on temp control maybe. So
I can't test mine.
Well, at least
I
now
don't
you
have
can
a
use it
profile.
on temperature control.
I can't test mine because I don't have a profile to test it in.
Okay. I've got both the profile and the Unity, so I'm gonna test it in both, because I'm not really liking one of them, because I'm not really liking the mesh. It's too much cotton. I'm always running it dry. So,
well, actually on the profile Unity, I actually did do like an updated video just on wicking.
yeah.
So that you're not using all that cotton, just using a cotton square.
Yeah.
And it's working so much better that way, because the way that I'm doing it with I think it's the Scottish roll or the Swedish roll, whatever, and doing it that way, it's a lot more fluffier, so it's not as compact to actually bring up the juice. So I have not gotten any dry hits whatsoever using that technique. And then in the profile RDA, I actually changed I still use the Watoko cotton in that one, but I literally cut it from the bottom instead of the top, and it wicks so much more efficiently. I never have any dry hits from that. If I, as long as I'm squonking. But it actually absorbs more, and you can actually vape a lot longer without having to squonk that way.
Yeah. My problem, I've got it with every mesh, RDA, RTA. I don't know why. I tried every kind of wicking, and I always have the same problem with it. So my chat is so quiet. Why?
Because it's your chat.
I don't know. Doing it that way, switching it over for the RTA made me like the RTA better because of the fact that the wicking is a lot more better and more juicier. It's like a juicier vape.
Yeah.
But the Wotofo cotton I would not put in the RTA at all. I wouldn't do that. It's way too much cotton.
Has any of you tried using 2 coils and putting the cotton in between them?
No.
No.
I don't know if that would work.
No, I haven't. I get enough with my just a regular just one mesh coil, so works for me.
I'll have to get a profile RTA or the DA just so I can try that coil.
Yeah. I would definitely probably start with the RDA until you get used to it and then do the RTA because like I told you, the wicking is so much more different. But again, because I had so many requests for it, that's why I did the additional videos for just the wicking on both the profile as well as the profile unity because I was getting, especially for newer vapors, I never recommend the profile or the unity because the mesh is so fragile that I just don't recommend it for new vapors or new builders. That's just my opinion. It's just so finicky, but once you get it, you got it. It's just worrying about bending that coil. If you bend that coil, you're screwed. Just start with another one.
Yeah.
I think I had it and I gave it away. The original profile. The first one.
Because at first I keep going back to the profile on my top side. I just love this combination together always. I'll switch out my RDA, use it for a couple days, but always put my profile back on. Always.
I also got it beside me here, the profile on the Belgian, but not really using it a lot. But
I'm telling you, since I changed the way that I wick it and cutting it from the bottom, like the bottom half of the cotton instead of the top, it wicks absolutely beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. I feel like because the cotton is then on the outside nearer to the rim of the deck, you're actually getting the pool of juice right in the middle. So it's constantly saturating the cotton on the outside. So to me, it just works so much better.
I'm gonna watch your video.
Yeah, that one, the one for the profile is actually the video that I did with the off versus the Wotofo coil mesh off.
Yeah.
So that one, and that's where I showed the new method, and it's worked for so many people that were having that same problem. So I definitely recommend doing it that way. And again, that's for just the RDA. For the RTA, I definitely do the other way, which is with the cotton squares. I won't use anything but cotton squares in that one. And I have a huge bag, so. I'll be wicking it for a while.
I think in my profile review I actually done a standard coil in it rather than mesh.
I honestly have not used a standard coil in it. I know that there are some people that love it with just a regular coil, but I don't get the want to do that. It works so well the way that it is, and it just feels to me like it was meant to work this way, so that's why I never tried it with the other way. I think about it, but I just don't do it.
My opinion on what is it? The ceramic, is it? The plastic that pushed the cotton up? It was really slack. There was no force at all pushing the cotton up against the coil. So it was like, nah, there's no point even
Actually,
attempting.
I use two springs under it. What I
You
do
use
is I
two.
actually mesh the two like this, and I put it in there, and that's what I have under the plates on each of them.
Ah.
Now the plate on the RTA is a little bit, it doesn't have as much plate as the RDA, but it's very close to it. But I just put the springs together, and it gives it a little bit more force.
Maybe try that then.
No, that's a good
I don't
idea.
know. I feel like I'm like the spokesperson for the profile, and it's not even.
Leon's gonna he's gonna
I
be
don't
happy
get
to
no
hear
cut of
that.
none of it either. I get at least 5 requests every single week for information or help on it. So.
Oh, sorry, if I get stuck, I came here to come. Jules, where did you get your carbon topside from? Because I'm trying to get one, but I can't get one.
No, me neither. They promised me one, but still haven't got one.
And obviously it takes that long between us saying it and them receiving it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely excited for the carbon topside. I'm dying to see it because I haven't even seen that one, other than being online. So when I can, I'll probably, save my pennies so I can go ahead and get that one because I'm really interested in looking at that one. I want the one that's like purplish. Gotta have the purple one.
There's the 4 colours that they're done, the blue, purple, is it gold, which is a brownie colour.
Mm-hmm. And then like a grey blackish or something.
Yeah.
I like the feeling of it.
So we'll just have to wait on the shops getting them in.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody use was it e-cig warehouse to purchase stuff for? Because they've got it for £120 or something, which is actually cheap.
Yeah, that's cheap.
Jules has the purple one. I wanted Jules. Because I have the original, which I don't have nothing on it now because I have to do a review and I'm going to be putting it on this one. So I do have the original single battery top side. I really miss these the finger grips on this one that they didn't incorporate on this one. I feel like they should have. That's the only difference in the two that I really wished it had because it made it feel like it's more secure when you're holding it. But that was my only opinion on that. But I love purple, and then I got the green, and I love the green.
I've got them all in black.
I prefer blue colours.
And I got this one in blue, but I put my purple tip on it because I had this on my purple mod, and then I put it on this one. I'm like, oops, forgot to switch out the tip.
Because I've got my top side in blue.
I couldn't figure out to get the blue or the green when I got it, but I got the green because it was like
Flash VT is blue. The other's blue. And I've got loads of blues up on my shelf as well.
That blue is most of the time the color I'm avoiding.
I know. I like blue. Even my phone case is blue.
Yeah.
Jules and I must be twins because hers is the purple one for the single also. So see, it just makes sense to get the purple carbon.
I don't know how to say it in my chat. Harley is saying she's not going to be in chat all evening because her oldest son's father has left him today. So she says hi, but she's going out. So I wish her strong strength this evening, and hope it all comes good again. Harley, veel sterkte. Needed to say that because she's one of my Instagram crew members, so needed to call her out. Sorry.
Alright?
So
No
can we,
bother, Graham and John. I'll say not your name. Saying that e-cig wearing is like 2 to 3 months. I'm not waiting that long. So, anybody in chat, if you have any questions, please do put them in. Make sure that you're on live chat and not top chat.
yeah. It's always my mistake, especially during my own live streams. I'm like, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, it's usually one thing that I forget.
Mhm.
No.
Me too, Jules.
High smoke screen.
Beautiful. The purple is just beautiful. I love it.
Everybody's got them in purple.
See, it's Purple Nation. You just didn't know.
I'm not going to say anything now.
Purple Nation.
Where I'm from, my football team plays in red and white, and the rival team plays in purple. So I can't say I love purple. It's another color I'm avoiding. I can't wear purple, or my brother kills me.
Well, my Battlestar Squonker and the rudder, depends how the light hits it, changes to purple. I don't know if you'll see it.
Oh, I saw it when you moved it. Yeah, it's like the rainbow version. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, which is actually not too bad. Probably see it better with that.
Mhm. All right, so you
Yeah.
be a Purple Nation too.
So it depends how the light hits it, depends what colour it is.
The only purple I think I've got is the Asmodus C4 they gave me on the expo. He asked me, you can get a purple. Okay.
Just take one for the team.
Yeah, I still need to review it, so I wanted to use it in my live vlog on Wednesday, and I was halfway in the live vlog, and I was announced it, and I was going to review it in the live vlog, and halfway in the live vlog I said, I don't want to do it anymore, sorry, next time. And I put it aside, so still there, still haven't touched it or anything. It hurts.
Dimi, what's getting said in your chat?
What's been said in my chat is what I said about Jenny. Everybody wishes her the best for the evening, and the other thing you can, from Yakuza, still vaping on my Smoke Baby Beast, and the other one is vaping on the Armadillo with Melonia from Trumpet, and Porto was er te veel aan. Yeah, on Wednesday I was drinking Porto in my live vlog, and I think after half an hour I had 6 glasses of Porto, and that's also why the unboxing of the C4 didn't go through. I was halfway in my live vlog, I was a little bit wasted. Sometimes. It's not the first time something went wrong on the show because I was drinking Porto. Sorry, Wendy. Now, no Porto in the neighborhood, so everything is good.
Right, question for you, Dimi, for John. What's your opinion on the Smoan pod system,
I love it.
including the RBA deck?
Yeah, I built the RBA deck with the small 0.6 coil, and I've got the RBA deck in here. I've got it here with the RBA deck, and I really, it wicks nice, it vapes nice, but it's strange. I still more like it with the 1.4 coil, or the 1.2, 1.4. I don't know for sure with the mount long coil. I think that's the best coil from the tree. I even like the taste, the flavor more from the mount long coil than from the RBA deck at the moment. But I'm still changing it every. I still have to throw a Clapton coil into the RBA deck. I want to see what that gives. And the 0.6 coil, the direct long coil, I tried it the first time. I tried it with the salt nick in it, and that really gave a hit. So I replaced the coil with the mount long at the moment, and this with the RBA. So I only got 2 pots. So still need to check out the direct long coil with a little bit of lower of nicotine in it. So I can test it properly before I go down to the ground from the nick. So that's, yeah, really, and I like it that you can change the wattage with a single button with the lights in the front. Can't see, and it really makes a difference. And yeah, at the moment I'm really happy with it, and the pots also lasts pretty long. The only thing I don't like on it is the filling system, that you have to turn off the drip tip and you have to fill it next to the coil. If your pin on the bottle is a little bit too thick, you can't get it next to the coil, and everything comes out again. So that's the only thing could be better. There could be a filling up behind the door or anything, but the filling system I'm not so fond of. But for the rest, yeah, pretty good.
I actually just put a single round wire build in mine. So I've got a microcoil in mine with a 316L stainless steel.
Mine is a nichrome, a round wire now in it. 28 gauge round wire, and 6 wraps, I think.
Yeah, I was debating between the stainless steel and the nichrome, but I've always leaned more towards stainless steel even before I started getting into nichrome 80 and everything for like my fuse clap-ins and aliens and things like that. So I went back to old school and just did the round wire because I've got enough wire. I mean, I used to make my own coils, so.
Yeah, me too.
I got enough, so I used a 24 gauge. I think I have like 9 wraps on mine.
In the beginning, I made videos of how to make coils, and I made them all myself, and I sold my coils in my shop and everything. But now I don't have the time anymore for making my own coils. But people on my followers are asking me more and more to do more videos again of making wire and how to make coils. But it takes such a lot of time and such a lot of space to make it.
Yeah.
So
you got to get the whole build station ready.
Yeah. So I really need to reorganize everything first before I can start making build movies again. So my followers have to wait a little bit before I start it again.
Now, I've put a link in chats, both of them, to Wendy's YouTube channel. If you want to go and subscribe to Wendy, go and do so. They are there. I'll probably she'll put your name before them, but there is just a link to a YouTube site and it is to Wendy's channel. So go along and subscribe.
Thank you.
If you haven't done so already.
Johnny's asking if it's easy enough to build as it looks so fiddly, the RBA. What do you think, Wendy? Was it easy to build?
Definitely fiddly. Fiddly is not even, because of the way that they made it,
Yeah.
with the post holes, you know, it's like, yeah. I mean, if you watch my review on it, which I just posted like right before this, but if you watch my review on it, I literally had to pull out like all the tools. So I have pliers, I have, you know, making my own coil, and it's just to get them in there because you need to make them fit and you need them tight so that they're not touching anything. So yeah, it's definitely fiddly, to say the least. But the good thing is that once you have it in there, it's really just a matter of re-wicking it for a while, so you don't have to do it again for a while. So
I had the same thing. Now, once it's in, it's okay, but bending the legs of the coil to get them in, oh my God.
And the first one is okay, it's that second one.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, John, it's interesting to do.
I'm just surprised that during the review that I didn't drop as many tools as I did the first time I tried it. Because I did do it like 3 times, because I was using it for a little bit, and it was like, it gets easier the more you do it, but it's still going to be fiddly anyway. So there's no way to get away from it.
And I've never attempted to build my own coils. For anybody that's interested. That's just too much hassle for me. I'd rather go out and just buy coils.
I used to make my own fuse claptons and stuff, but now it's like, you know, I just get them pre-made because like Dimi, I just don't have time. I don't have time to sit there and make them, and then, you know, you got to make enough sets that'll last you a while, and, you know, as many builds as I do, it's like, it just isn't feasible for me.
No. And definitely now I've got for my channel and for my reviews and my thing, I've got my sponsor for my coils now, so it's way easier to take a coil than make a coil.
Drop them in.
No, I should have one in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, if Darren actually makes the coils and sends them to me.
Jules just said the same thing. Can't be bothered making my coils. Thankfully, I have a coil sponsor. Luckily.
Yeah, it takes time. I mean, it's relaxing when you're doing it. It's enjoyable. It's just finding that time to do it is the problem.
Yep. And I'm up here in my man cave in my studio so much that I need some time in the living room with the wife and kids.
Yeah.
And if you start making your coils there, it makes so much noise.
They kick you out.
I tried it sometime, but it didn't take long. So that's a problem. When I've got some time to make him, I can't make the noise.
Just no time at all. I've got a 3D printer at the back of me that hardly gets used. I've no time to sit and wait and printing stuff.
So
if I've not got time for that, I've not got time to make coils.
I'm gonna need to find some time to make some designs on the computer, and I know what program I need to use, and I'm gonna have to find out how it works and everything, and make my own 3D designs for a new tank and everything, because I'm not such a good painter or drawer on paper, so I need to learn myself how to do it on computer. But it's gonna take so much time to figure out all the program. And I've got some help from China, and he's gonna help me, and he's gonna help me figure it out. But it's it's gonna be a lot of work, and I've got a lot of things in my head that I need to get on paper. But
Yeah.
I started drawing some things, but I can't get it can't get it right on paper. And so I need to make it in 3D printing on a computer, but it's gonna be a lot of work. But gonna need to find the time for that.
Yeah. Yeah, that takes up a lot of time.
Definitely, because I need to figure out the program first. You need better computer for the designing. I know, Yakuza. That's why I'm not using the program yet. I hope end this month I can buy myself a new computer.
You will notice the difference with a new computer though, Dimi. Even your editing will be quicker.
That's why I'm not editing my reviews at the moment. I'm just recording them live with OBS, recording everything live and just throw them online with bloopers and everything in it. Just throw them online. Don't editing anything. All takes too much time. The editing
takes a long, the editing is a pain. But see, for me, my main pain in editing is that somebody, actually like 2 people had commented one time on my review that I said too much.
Yeah.
So now I'm self-conscious on the So my editing is basically taking out all the I have to like listen really thoroughly, go back, take out the keep going, take out the because sometimes it's like when I'm in thought, I'm just like, okay, you know, my next thought, or, you know, I'm switching from one. So yeah, that's my biggest thing now. They made me self-conscious because I said
Yeah,
but if that's the only complaint, it's good. So
I'm recording everything live again, and most of my followers who comment on my videos and everything, they all say they more like it when I do it live and with just in one piece than before. I was starting to edit more and more, and the more I started editing, the less they liked it. So now I stopped editing and I just record everything live. I do my live with my webcam. I go over to the side, do my close-up live, everything in one recording on OBS, and I just throw that video online. And it doesn't take a lot of time then, because the videos take about 30 minutes or around 30 minutes. So it's 30 minutes recording, throw a line, and it's okay. I'm finished. So it made my life easier.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
The trick to do it, Dimi, is do your up top part in one segment without any cuts, then your down close part in one take without any cuts, and then the same with your up top again.
That I did before. And
if you make a mistake, you start.
But you still have to take the 3 videos into the editing program. That takes a while. If your computer's slow, that takes almost an hour to take the 3 videos into the program. Then you have to edit them into the program. Then you have to save it again. The video takes another hour, and then you still have to upload it. And now everything I record with OBS, I record in MP4, so it's a small, it's small. So I just throw it online in MP4, and it's easy. It just takes 20 minutes upload on YouTube, and it's ready. Make my life so easy.
That's only because your computer's slow that it's taking so long.
That's why. So first new computer, and then I can start editing something in it again and everything. Now OBS does all the work for me. I just have to see that I can keep on talking for an half an hour. And most of the time that's no problem. I can keep talking. In English I'm always looking for words, but my reviews are in Dutch, so in Dutch I can keep talking and talking, and then no problem.
Hi, Vaping Smurf.
Evening, Vaping Smurf. Well, Conneke says in my chat, that's because we're Belgian. We don't need all the show. We have enough, and that's just more than enough if you do it just live. Yeah.
Other than the that's pretty much the only thing. I mean, there's very little that I have to edit other than that, but I'm just self-conscious about them. But the way that I make them flow, you really don't even really see it most of the time. I do it pretty well, but I just hate that they did that to me. They gave me that. Now, it's like there was one video I did, and I swear to you, I must have been tired or something, and I said it so many times I was cursing at myself. During the video, I'm like, what are you doing? Stop it. Way too many. I have to take that whole section out.
See, I wouldn't have made myself conscious of doing that. Because I'm positive I did that too. And then,
recording yourself makes you self-conscious of a lot of things.
I never watch my reviews back, because if I make a mistake I just start from the beginning again. So I'm just a case of cut the start, the end off each clip and put it all together, and that's me.
Yeah.
I say I don't know.
No, me neither. But I also like it more like that. Before I recorded it in pieces, and even my close-ups, sometimes I start cutting in my close-ups and everything, and it started to be really working at that time. And now I'm recording it live again, and it's not working again, it's just fun. So for me it's just having fun in front of my camera, and if something goes wrong, and it doesn't give me so much stress anymore. So stress enough in life. So
that's pretty awesome.
And it's still a hobby. It's not my day job, so and I don't earn any money. I just got my first Patreon, by the way. That's something.
So you actually got one?
Yeah, I've got my first Patreon.
Oh, that reminds me, I've still got my Patreon draw today. My
Yeah,
sale.
me too. I'm late on mine.
And this is what, a 9th, so it should have actually been done last week at the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
I will get it done. I'll do it after I've done this show.
Write it down so you don't forget. That's what I have.
With the Patreon now, it's more work even, because now you have to post everything first on Patreon, because they give you they pay you to see you, and then afterwards you can post things on the other social media, so it's double work on now. And you have.
The only thing I wish is that on Patreon you could go live on Patreon, but I can't figure out how to do it. Which I've been trying, because I would have a lot more be more active on my Patreon page if I could just do that, because I can jump on for a few minutes, talk to because it's not like I've got like hundreds and hundreds, so it would make it so much easier for me. I'd get to spend some time with them, but just trying to figure out how to go live on Patreon, it's like it takes me literally all day and I come out with nothing.
I'm still
the only way getting out on Patreon is doing it through YouTube. Have unlisted or linkable, so you can just post a link to it, and it's only the people on your Patreon will get the link, that can actually watch you live.
But
That's
they're
one.
really being rerouted to YouTube again, correct?
Yeah, but there's a place in Patreon itself to go live. I saw it too, but I'm still figuring it out. I'm just using it for a week now, a week and a half. So
No, it says live, but when you go on there, you have to actually connect to some other, platform in
yeah,
order to go live. It's not like I love YouTube Live. You literally just press the camera and you're live. If you don't want to set up everything else. Like if I'm on the go or something, I can just go and do that. If I'm out, I can vlog it that way. It's so much easier. But on Patreon, you can't do that. If they added that feature, it would make so much more creator content available.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Because on the app too, I don't think you can go on the app live.
I would do it if I could, because it would save me so much time, because then I have to put it on YouTube and then put it on Patreon instead of just going straight to Patreon.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the app now, at the app, and I don't think you can go publish draft now. Oh, create new post. Nah.
I've never used the app yet for Patreon.
Yeah, I installed it, but you can record something, but you can't put it on live. You can't go on live.
So the only way to go live would be through YouTube.
Yeah.
Just post the link into your Patreon for them.
I think so.
I'm just wishing it was something you can do on Patreon,
Yeah.
Well, you can do it on the. Can't you go live on Patreon on your computer? Isn't there? If you go for a new post, you can post a text or an image or live or a video, and there.
But they're still clicking out of Patreon to go to YouTube, so that's where I'm like, how is that? To me, that's cumbersome for a patron. If I was a patron, I wouldn't want to have to click a link to go and go somewhere else just to see you. I would want to just see you on, I'm in there, I'm donating. Why wouldn't I, be able to just see you right here? Why do I have to go to another platform?
Yeah, that's true.
So I just feel like it's either way, for the creator and for the patrons. I just feel like it's just making it difficult. I don't understand why they just can't have it where YouTube has live and you can just press the camera and go live. Why can't they just incorporate that into Patreon?
Yeah, that's true.
Why are you using somebody else's platform for your live?
Yeah.
It's like they're not really using their system.
Their server's maybe not good enough.
Because I know Patreon's been around for a while. Of course, I didn't sign up for it until I think last year, but I know that it's been around for years. Yeah. You would think that by now they would have actually made that a little bit easier just to do it. YouTube, it's all about going live on YouTube,
Yeah. That's true. I've got last week, so I've got more live shows than I've got reviews.
And then your reviews are live anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
so basically, you're just live all the time.
Oh yeah. Huh. Anything? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Say, Mark. You wanted to say something?
No, I'm quite happy with talking to you or listening to you.
Okay.
I've got Patreon. I hardly use it. I'll post my reviews and that up before I post them up for everybody else. But that's about it. I've not indulged in it that much to find out everything you can do.
I'm gonna try to give the Patreon page the first news and some extra news and some news about everything going on around in life a bit. Not everything, but a bit in life. And they're gonna have some first news and some more news, and I'm gonna do and with everything comes in from the donations, I'm gonna buy something to give away again on the Patreon page only. Some things like that. So everything that comes in from the page goes back to the Patreons itself. So, and that's what I'm going to try to do, and make it a place to come together. Also, you got some community place I saw and everything. So I'm gonna check it out, and I'm gonna make it a place where people who follow me can see everything first and got some more inside news than they get on YouTube or on my Facebook. Something like that. And like Instagram photos, I'm gonna post some photos from Instagram first on the Patreon page, and afterwards I'm gonna post them on Instagram, like my vape mail. I always take pictures of my vape mail. I'm first gonna post it on Patreon, and the day after I'm post it on my Instagram and all the rest. So they all got the thing first, something like that. That's what I've got in mind now. And I also got on my page that I want every Patreon to have a participation into the page, and they can ask me things they want on the page, and they ask me to do things on the page or something, and I'm gonna try to make it happen. So that's what I'm going to try to do with the page, because I think it's special that people donated to see things from you. So that's why it's the first time people want to pay something to see things from me. So I want to give them something back, and that's what I've got in mind with it. But I'm still checking everything out, and now I've.
But I know that you can't say giveaway on Patreon as well.
No.
You have to say sale.
Sale. Yeah.
Say sale.
Yeah, you can't even, like, even though that it's a platform for that, where people are paying and everything, they said it's not fair to those that aren't a member of your Patreon page, which I don't get, because this is specifically for these people that are in your group. I don't understand that, but at first it wasn't a problem, and then all of a sudden it started becoming a problem, and if you worded it wrong, then, you know, they send you like all these emails, and it was crazy. It was like, why? I mean, this is the whole purpose for them to be here, is so that they get the special attention.
Yeah, but that's also because in a lot of countries it's forbidden to do giveaways.
Yeah.
It's also in Belgium. It's actually forbidden to do giveaways on YouTube and everything, and in Belgium even it's forbidden to sell things online from vape stuff. So you can't buy online and you can't sell online. Actually, it's forbidden to me to do vape reviews too. And that's why I think some platforms like YouTube is gonna do it too. I think in some countries it's just forbidden to do giveaways on some platforms. So
yeah, no, YouTube stopped that a while back for vape stuff. For the giveaway. I mean, some people still do them on YouTube. I don't know how they do it, but yeah.
I still do. But the thing is, I've got an age restriction on all my videos.
Yeah.
So I can't do adverts on my videos, and I can't get any income from the videos. So it's easier to do a giveaway on my channel then, because not everybody can come in, and you have to have an account to come in. So yeah, I think that's why I still can do what I do. Because
you can do a giveaway on Patreon, but you have to give every single one of your members something.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is not possible.
Stupid how they've done that. You have to call it a sale.
I mean, I try to do on my Patreon, I do anywhere from 3 to maybe 5 items every month. So I try to get as many people as I can in it. Unfortunately, I can't do international because the cost of sending outside the U.S. is so expensive. So I feel really, really bad because, you know, at least half of my patrons aren't from the U.S. So I feel really, really bad about that. So, I mean, I'm definitely going to be, for this month, I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway for international, but it's going to be for my juice line. So since that's actually made outside of the U.S., it's cheaper to go ahead and send it that way.
Oh, okay.
What I do is anybody that wins a giveaway, they pay for the shipping. So it doesn't matter where they stay, the shipping costs.
Yeah, but the international shipping is like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends what it's for.
they'll say yes, and then and then you'll go to tell them what it is, and they're like, oh no, it's cost more than the device, or
Yeah.
what's the point? So that's why I don't even include them on the majority of them. But I am gonna start trying to do it like at least once every other month, the full line of the juice, because that way, it'll actually be beneficial for them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ken, all my patrons are in the UK, so I'm not too bad.
Yeah, that's it.
Where's yours about, Dimi?
Huh?
Where's
Mine?
your page?
I think Belgium. So,
You think?
still no Patreon. I still have to find everything out. I know he's called Connor McLeod on his Patreon, so so still have to find everything out. Hi, Kevin.
Thank you, Lori.
I'm just trying to catch up with chat.
Now, I actually posted both of your links, so I've got some over here as well.
Yeah. I see.
I'm like, you can tell me Walter already posted it, and I was like, well, it's too late to edit it now. It's out there.
John, have you tried Matt's own juice wine yet? Because his came out, I think it was this week he got them.
Who? Me?
Matt Mod King. No, John Best. In the chat.
Yeah.
They're all talking about juices.
Hi, Luke. Evening. Throw in some questions, people.
Near a bar, because he's not gave me none yet, John. I tried his lemon in the shop on, I think it was Wednesday. It was not too bad.
I'm liking the hot Italian. It's from Miller's, a Dutch brand, but yeah, they told me hot Italian, and it's a zero with no nicotine in it. So I throw some salt nick in it, and it's a nice hot coffee. It's really, yeah, a small. It tastes like the small Italian coffees, the really strong one. So I really like it.
No bother, Jules, catch boy. Oh, Jules, mama, vote away.
Bye, Jules. All the
So
time.
Wendy, do you think you'll ever come over to the UK Expo?
Yeah, if somebody pays for it. I can't even travel within the U.S. It's expensive. So yeah. If I could afford it, I would definitely do it. I've been asked to go by so many people, and I'm really, really interested in going. But I even asked Mike Vapes if I can just like stow away in his luggage, and he said yes, but he wouldn't tell me where he was, so I could get in the luggage. So I kind of missed out on that one. But I mean, he said yes, so I figured that he would tell me where, but he didn't.
I know the feeling. I wanted to go to Stuttgart, but it wasn't even possible. I always go to the UK vape show. It's the only vape show my boss is willing to pay my flight ticket and my hotel for. The rest is on me. And that's already. And that's the last time I was there for 4 days, and it cost me £600.
Yeah.
So a lot of money, and I didn't even pay for the hotel, and I didn't even pay for the flight, just on food.
Wow.
So it's an
It's
expense.
like you've got to think about the whole thing. It's going to be hotel, which you're only going to be there to sleep because you're going to be pretty much at the expo for the rest of the time. So for those few sleep hours, you're paying for the hotel. You got to pay for the travel. If you need a vehicle, you know, depending on how close you are from, you know, with the hotel to the expo, it's just not feasible for me. There's no way.
I take the cab every time from the hotel to the expo and back, and it's every time £8, £10 every time, so it counts up very fast. And this time, and the last time now, even I was with Umir. They gave me an exhibitor pass, and they let me in with a build-up day. And they paid for food at the expo, and they paid my food in sometimes in the evening, and still I did £600. I spent it on it, so half of the trip was paid, and I still do. So I think it cost me around £1,200 for just a trip of 4 or 5 days. So it's pretty expensive.
That wouldn't be possible for me.
And last year I went to Shenzhen because my boss went with me to Shenzhen Expo. That was the craziest trip of my life. But if you know what that's starting to cost with a plane and a hotel in China and everything, I didn't want to pay that one. Luckily then everything was paid for me because week before I went to New York also. So I went to some expos. I went around some expos, and it was great to been there. But you can't do that every year because the expense is too much.
Did you read the message in Dimi's chat, Wendy?
Yeah, that's from Lori. I love her.
It's good when you get messages like
that. And Jurgen is asking when the drag pot is coming out in Belgium. If they register in Belgium, it takes 6 months, and I don't know if Vupo is registering anything at the moment. So at the moment, nothing is legal to sell in Belgium from Vupo, because nothing is on the green list from the government. So I don't know when the new pot system from Vupo is going to come out in Belgium. Everything's going to take a lot of time at the moment. So Belgium at the moment is hell for to get some vape stuff. It's forbidden to buy online, and it's forbidden to sell in the shop. So pretty difficult at the moment.
Dimi, I wish you'd get Nightbot up and running.
When I've got my new computer.
at this, you can't do it live. You can't do it.
At this moment, I can't touch my computer. Anything. My chat is running on a little laptop on the side, and my computer is just running the VC to get the screens and the OBS, and that's it. Everything else is pulled out. Everything in OBS is set in to lose the lowest CPU usage there is, and so everything is set in to run it the most smoothly. I looked it up on Google. I did some tests on OBS to get the best setting to get it running, and now at the moment it's running 4,000 kilobytes a second. So as long as it stays above 2,500, it's okay. It's running slow, but it's running. And
that's what counts.
Yeah, and the CPU usage is only 23%, so that's okay. But it's always my Wi-Fi that I'm scared about. So
But once you've got Nightbot set up, you don't actually need the window open for it to do what it does.
I know, but you have to still have it running, and if something nothing running.
No, you don't need it running.
All right. Yeah, but okay. But I need it if I'm running it a Nightbot on the computer, it won't do anything on the laptop. Huh? And I'm running the chats on the laptop, and on the laptop I can't run anything. Right. That's a really old, small, little piece of crap. So, nah.
Well, find out, because I've just turned my Nightbot page off, so I don't have it open. But I'm positive it still posts in your lives every so often.
Okay.
Without it, you actually have to physically open in the page. So we'll just have to wait 20 minutes or so. I can't mind how long the gap is between them. So, anybody in chat got any questions, please post them up. If you've not long come in, say hi to us, and we'll try and give you a shout out.
I've got a question for Wendy. How did you start with all the reviewing stuff and everything? How did you roll into all this craziness?
I actually, when I started vaping, about 2 weeks after I started, I went to go and buy more e-liquid from the place where I had purchased my first device, and somebody had an RDA. And they were like, "You want to try it?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'm already vaping, might as well try the RDA." And after that, I fell in love with RDAs, like from that and I'd only been vaping 2 weeks. So after that, I was like, okay, I want to start learning about this. I literally watched every single YouTube video out there that had anything to do with building for a straight 3 months. I didn't watch nothing but that. And I was watching it, I got my tools together and everything, and I actually started learning the wick first. I always started the wicking process before I started the build process. That to me, it just felt like it worked better that way, because if I could get something already built, then it was easier to just wick it, and at least I felt like I was still using it. Like for instance, on the Kangertech drip box, the original one that didn't have any wattage control or anything, that one they actually sold you the build deck, so it already had the coils in there. All you had to do was re-wick them. So I started on that. And then I started just eventually just ordering some RDAs, cheaper RDAs, you know, the less expensive, the ones from like Fast Tech and things like that weren't necessarily originals, because I didn't know if I wanted them or if I was good at it, so I didn't want to spend too much money. So then I started doing that, and I was like, wow, this is just amazing. And then I loved, you know, the RDAs, but I couldn't use them for work. So then I was back to the tanks, and I'm like, wow, I'm spending so much on foils. I wish that there was something that was like an RDA, but it had a glass on it. And that's when I found out about the Merlin RTA. And I got the Merlin RTA, which I ended up buying like 2 more because I loved it so much. Learned about that. And then after that, I was like, you know what? There are so many people out there in the same boat that I was a few months ago that, you know, want to go into vaping. And from vaping, they want to save money, learn how to make their own coils, learn how to build, learn, you know, all these different devices. And that's how I started my channel. I actually started as simple coil build tutorials, you know, how you can build on this device or that device, just using regular round wire. And that's how I started my channel. And then little by little, I was just buying devices left and right to review, and I started doing reviews. I did that for the first 2 years. I was buying every single thing that I reviewed. Just kind of went in debt. Borrowed from my 401k just to keep going. I spent over $10,000 just getting my channel started.
Oh my God.
The only thing that I wasn't buying was juice, because once I got to, I think it was like 1,000 subscribers, I did get offers to do juice reviews, so I didn't have to worry about spending money on that. But I did have to buy all the devices, so when something new was coming out, I had to buy it, because that's what, you know, people wanted to see. And I spent a lot of money, and, you know, one person, one job, one income, I did what I could. So, I mean, starting a YouTube channel, it's a business. Even if you're doing it as a hobby, it's still a business. If you're not going to be there to put your money into your business, it's not going to flourish. And a lot of people ask me every single day, like, oh, how'd you get started? I'm like, have bank. You need some bank. Because you're not going to, until you've reached at least 5,000 subscribers, companies really don't, and I understand the concept behind it, but companies really won't reach out to you for you to review their products. And even if you ask, they really don't look for it because you don't have enough viewer base. So if you're not selling the product, what's the use of them sending you the product? You know, so, and that's what happened. And then it's just been recent, maybe the past year, that I actually started getting devices. So it was like almost 3 years that I was purchasing things.
I'm pretty lucky on that part actually, because I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I'm from a small country with a small market, and I'm always selling it to the Chinese like that, because Belgium is a small market. I've got 1,200 or 1,300 subscribers, but for Belgium that's not such a small part.
Right.
And for me the good part was that I was in Shenzhen last year, because in Shenzhen I spoke on the expo in Shenzhen. It's not only the salespersons on the booths, but in Shenzhen all the bosses were behind the booths. So I can talk to every boss of every company, and I went to dinner with every boss. I think I went to dinner with 6 different companies on 3 days time. So it was always running from one place to the other. And we went to some factories too, and that helped to get all the right contacts to keep them, there's only one company that sends me all their products out of their own, and that's Moant. From in the beginning, they're loyal to my channel, and they keep on sending him. Even when I only had 500 subscribers, they started sending me, and they kept sending me. But all the other ones, I have to ask every time again, and I have to send them a message, and hey, I'm here, and you've got a new product, I would like to see, and then they send me over. But I'm still, I don't put a lot of money in it anymore, because every time I want to put a lot of money in it, my wife almost shoots me, because the closet behind me is full of vape stuff. So and there's nothing coming in from the channel from any money.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So that's the problem. Still have to keep the family running and not getting the debts too deep. So at the moment, I'm only gonna spend the money that's gonna come in from the sales of the armadillo. A piece of that is going into the channel, because of that. That's why I already started designing, and that's why I made the armadillo to keep the channel running. And so,
I mean, you lucked out because you are from a smaller, area than the United States, and all of it. It was really, really hard, especially being a female reviewer. It makes it even harder, to be honest with you. And I'm not saying that to spew it out there, and do a woe is me, because I've been doing me since I started this, and I haven't leaned on anybody. I've done it myself. I got where I am by myself, and I don't mind working for it. But it is true. I mean, it's somebody coming up behind me, that started after me, can surpass me because of the fact that it is predominantly male driven. So for me, no matter what knowledge I have, no matter what skills I have, no matter what help I give, it's still going to be harder for me to reach the same levels as another person that is male.
Yeah.
Well, that's like me, because I've been reviewing for 4 years, and I still haven't hit 1,000k, or the 1k I should say. But near enough everything I buy a review, or in fact everything I buy a review. There's only the odd item that I get sent in, but that way I get to choose what I want to review, which is actually good.
Right.
But that's also
because if a company sends something in which I don't want to review, I have to review it because they've sent it in. So you're sort of forced to review it.
That's true.
Whereas if you're buying yourself, you're buying it because you want to review it.
Correct.
That's
true. Fine with me.
Yeah, but if they send things you don't want, you can. I like it because I can test a lot of things out, and a lot of things I'm in the beginning. I think I don't want to test it, or I don't think that's it's something good, and they send it out to me, and you test it, and it finds out that it's a really great thing, because it's the same with the Widowmaker from Wendy Vape. I really wouldn't test it or anything, but since I tested it, I really like it. So that's why I like it. That sometimes they send me things, some pod systems too. Some pod systems you can't get in Belgium because you can't buy a lot of things in Belgium because of Belgium law. So they send me things I can't get my hands on otherwise, and I can let people in Belgium see what's more, and people in Belgium get more pressure to the government that they want to get more from vaping or products in their shops, because now they want to buy it online. It's always a gamble, but I like to let them show things they otherwise never would see, and that's also because I keep doing it in Dutch, because some people say you have to do it in English, it will get you more subscribers. But first thing, in English it's more work for me, because I have to think more about it, and I can't do it in one piece live. That's the first thing. And the second thing, I want to do it in Dutch, because it keeps the market smaller, and it's easier to get on the Chinese heads that I'm the only one doing it in Dutch in Belgium. So if people who don't speak English in Belgium, and there are surprisingly a lot of them, they don't have anybody to look at for reviews, or they don't have anybody to see anything. So I'm glad companies send me things that I can show that I normally never would get, or normally never would show them. So that keeps my channel running.
Yeah.
So
See, for me, it doesn't matter if I like the product or not, because there's so many vapors out there that have a totally different vaping style than I have. So I'm going to review what I get, because of the fact that, you know, it might not be something that I would use every day, but there might be 5 people that I can convert from smoking to vaping, because that's something for them. Pod systems, I know that they're rolling out, and a lot of people are like, oh, another pod system. But they're not looking at the grand scheme of things. The grand scheme of things is actually getting more smokers to convert to vaping. When I started vaping, there wasn't any pod systems. There was a couple all-in-ones, but they weren't really pod systems. So a lot of people, like, I picked up direct lung vaping right away. Yeah. Did not bother me. I hooked on it right away. But for some people that I've actually tried to convert to vaping, it's too much for them. They didn't like the draw, you know, or it wasn't, you know, then trying to find the right mouth to lung, or trying to like have them cut it down. Now with all the pod systems out there, there's literally no reason for a smoker not to convert to vaping. So for me, I think of the whole grand scheme of saving vaping, and the more people that you have vaping is the more people we have to fight for vaping. So I say welcome to all the pods. I don't care if I get 50,000 pods. I don't mind reviewing them. They're not my style, but there might be for other people. And even, like I said, even if I can do 5 people that benefit from it, that's what I'm here for. I'm not here just for my vaping style. It's for, you know, as many people as I can get, you know, to actually convert and to start vaping to save their lives.
That's the same thing I see in the shop. There are a lot of older people want to stop smoking, but they don't want to change coils. They don't want to fill up. They don't even want to fill up a tank with the juice, because it can spill out or anything. They just want to take a filled up pot, put it in a pot system, and smoke and vape it like that. And since they've got a filled pot system in Belgium, especially the Hexa in Belgium, since they've got that, it starts selling. It starts getting a lot of more older people, and even 60, 70 years old people smoking for 50 years start vaping because of it. It's so easy, and they don't have to do anything for it. but they're all vaping. And every time something bad news about vaping comes on the news or in the newspaper, they come to the shop, they ask around it. We tell them how it really works and everything. And they start fighting for vaping, and they start convincing other people and bringing other people into the shop also for the pod system. And some of them see me vaping on my big devices, or my bigger pod systems, or my RDAs and everything. And even some of people 16, 17 years old come to me and, oh, can I try that? I let them try my device. And they even start building afterwards. But they all started with a pod system and they went on. So I think it's a good, I think there are too many pod systems, but I think the pod system is a good evolution.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, because not everybody likes the same type of pod. That's like saying that they've got different types of cars. You know, you've got your compact, you've got your minivan, you've got your Jeeps, and you've got your bigger vehicles. It's like, what if we only have one of each?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you've got how many versions of a compact car?
That's true, but
you might like one, and I don't like one, but they keep coming out with newer cars. Why? Because it's to cater to different people's likes and needs and wants. And if something like it could be like a 1,000th pod, and that might hit that one person that goes, well, now that looks interesting.
That's true, but that's the problem in Belgium. The market is too small for so many pod systems.
Right.
If every shop sells another pod system, people can't go to another shop if their pod is, if they got an empty pod and they're on the road. They always have to buy another one or so. So it's in Belgium. Maybe there are 5 pod systems on the market, maybe 6 on the market, and that's it. But they're coming out so much, and every expo you go, it's 70% of the devices are pod system in now.
Yeah.
And that makes it difficult to choose which one you're going to sell in the shop and everything. So for shop, it makes it difficult that there are so many pod systems, because we review them. I've got them too, and they send it to me, and I review them. And then people start asking, where can I get them? Yeah, nowhere at the moment in Belgium. You can buy it online, but actually that's forbidden. So in Belgium, it's always difficult to, because there's so much on the market, but there's so little you can sell in shops, and you can't buy online. So it makes it really hard for Belgian vapers to see everything that's what's going on in the vape world, but they can't get their hands to it.
Yeah.
it's like a kid in the candy store, and you say you can't get any candy.
Yep. We're in the store, but you can't have it.
Yeah.
We're just here to look.
Yeah. Something like that, yes.
I don't know. That's just my take on it, because I do get those comments like, another pod. Yes, another pod. I don't mind doing the pod systems because it might not be available in the stores here, but we still do have that option to actually order them online. So it does give them, more ways of getting it here in the United States and in a couple different countries. But I'm here to that's my main thing, is to help anybody. I don't care if it's one person. That's what my main goal is. Every single morning when I wake up.
Yeah.
Got a question for you, if I can find it again. Dante Bravo asks, what products are each of you looking forward to being released?
At the moment.
Dovepole Topside Dual Carbon.
Yeah.
I need that in my
Definitely has to be.
Yeah. In Belgium, a lot. In Belgium, almost everything. So, and also, the Pasito has to be released in Belgium. Everybody starts asking about it. So, but that's a problem in Belgium at the moment. What will be released and what not? Hi, Xor. Hi, Frank trouwens.
Yeah, Lori, you have to remember that you just started vaping, so it's going to take them a while to jump on board the vaping train. Um, that's what happened with me for the first 3 years. I think like even my kids were like, "Oh my God, you're vaping again! It's vaping again!" So being something new to you, and if they don't know it, just like you didn't know it at first, it's going to take them a while to jump on that bandwagon. But don't give up hope, because you never know if you might have a pod system or another device with you one day, and they're like, you know what? Let me try it. There's always that chance. So I don't want you to worry about that. And when they judge you, that's fine. You know the truth behind it. You know that it's helping you. Don't take it personally, because people will judge you. I actually had a lot of people from my place of work that I literally took off my page because they were so against it, or they were just so closed-minded, where they were judging me and things like that. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to take you off. I didn't do it behind their backs. I said, I'm going to take you off because this is my passion. This is something that I enjoy doing, and this is a part of my life. Either if you don't want to see it, then you can either restrict the views, or I can just go ahead and unfriend you, and that way I'm not bothering you. And some people have come back and been like, no, I didn't mean for you to like pick me off. I'm like, okay, now they're all fine with it because they're so used to seeing me vaping. That's all I'm doing. For the topside dual carbon, yeah, it is 2 times the price, but that's the one with the Yeehee chip in it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So that one, being that it does have that specific chip, it is going to make it more expensive, but that was actually talked about when the first topside came out, or the first topside dual. They were going to make that version for those people that didn't want to pay the higher price for that chip. And Yakuza, that is awesome. I think that is straight awesome. His mom and dad just started vaping, and they're 65 years old. That is double thumbs up. Yes, that's awesome.
I see it a lot of in the shop lately. So
yeah, I started smoking at 13 years old. So I was smoking for a really long time, and I did stop at one time for a year, but I had surgery, and afterwards I was so stressed I went right back to smoking. And this is the longest I've been without smoking since I was 13. So
same with
How long you stopped smoking for, Wendy?
No, a long time. Just a long time.
How long have you been vaping for?
Huh?
How long have you been vaping for?
I want to say 5.5 years.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, about 5.5 years. But that's like, I picked up my first, it was so funny because that day that I started vaping, I wasn't even looking to start vaping. I was actually looking for a nail salon, a new place near me, because I had just moved into my new house. I was looking for a nail salon, and I happened to be in the farthest left lane, and the plaza was on the right, and I saw it like a vape shop, and I'm like, you know what? I wanna find out about it. I had seen some things online, and tried to look it up, e-cigs and stuff, and I wasn't interested. And I literally went across 3 lanes, went in there. I had 6 cigarettes left in my box, and I usually never went that low. Usually by like 10, I'm already, getting another pack. But I went in with 6 cigarettes, and I said, okay, I need a device. Don't show me a pen. I need a device that's going to keep me off of cigarettes. I need everything involved with that device. I don't want to have to run out in a week to go and get something else, because it's easier for me to go and buy a pack of cigarettes. So give me everything I needed. I got a kit, I got extra coils, I got batteries, I got a battery charger, I got juice. I had everything ready for it, and I started with the Kangaroo topside. Is it topside or top box? Yeah. And that worked for me. But I was still back in a week because I literally went through all my juice in a week. Went back over there, and that's when I was trying other flavors. It was like 13 days later. And then I tried the RDA, and then I just kept going from there. I wanted the RX200. I had to have that right away. It was like, it just started. I was like, oh my God, that's beautiful, because the girl had it. It was just so beautiful. I had to have it. And it just kept going from there. It was just so, and again, it happened by accident. It wasn't something that I wanted to, I was thinking about doing, or, consciously thinking about switching. And it worked for me. From that day forward, I stopped smoking. I carried those 6 cigarettes in my car for 6 months, and then finally threw them out. And I never touched one.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first started vaping, I had to, but yeah, I was like that for a
It's
month.
not always the cigarette that you're addicted to. It's actually the routine that you're addicted to more.
Yeah.
So what I had to do was actually change that routine. I've never gone inside the gas station where I would used to purchase my cigarettes. To this day, I've still never gone in. I get gas at the pump, but I never go in because it's just a reminder of when I smoked. I never put myself in that area. In the morning, I used to just light up a cigarette. I'd read my book. I'd have my coffee. I had to change that routine. After I ate, I used to go and have a cigarette. It's changing the routines that really helps you get past that part, because that's the part where literally, I mean, it would make you almost want to cry. It's like, oh, but I really want it, but I don't, but I do, but I don't. But after I tried a cigarette, after I started vaping, I did take one puff, and the taste was so nasty, I never tried it again.
I was forced to start vaping by my brother and my wife. They gave it for Christmas. They gave me an alien with a small baby tank on top, and they said, "Here, this is your. You have to start vaping." My brother was already vaping. Now he doesn't anymore. Now he smokes again, but he was vaping at the moment. They gave me that one, and I smoked a pack of rolling tobacco a day, around 60 cigarettes a day. So from that day on, I put it aside, the tobacco, and I started with vaping. And after 2 weeks, I was building my own coils, and I think after a month, I was making videos. So it started to be a hobby, and that made it easy for me actually to like you say, to change your routine, because everything around in my life changed. I had a desk job for 14 years. I started vaping. I stopped my desk job. I started working in a vape store. So everything around my life changed and started with vaping and going to expos and everything. So that makes it a little easy. Sometimes I still I roll myself, because I miss rolling a cigarette, because I always roll my cigarettes. And sometimes I roll a cigarette, and like you say, I put it on 1 or 2 draws, and I put it out again because it doesn't taste nice. But
yeah,
still, yeah, sometimes I also need to know and make myself known that I don't want cigarettes anymore. So sometimes I roll one, and I light one on, and I take some draws, and then I know, okay, vaping is better, and I vape again. But sometimes
it kind of reinforces it after you've tried it again. You're like, no, well, what am I even thinking?
Yeah, right. And you take some nice flavor again, doesn't matter what, but your favorite flavor, you vape again. Yeah, no cigarettes for me.
My first vape was a Cigalite. Can the wee ones that had the wee blue tip or red tip at the end? There's like a cigarette. That's what I started with. And I had it for a bit.
One of those. But I wasn't getting nothing from it. My daughter had actually bought me one, or she was at a store and she got me one, and it was something like that. And it had the red tip. It would like light up.
Yeah, every time you had a vape. That was at me.
I didn't even know what it was called back then. I was like, I don't know. I'm just gonna try it. I mean, I was doing it, but I was smoking, so it wasn't like it was. It wasn't. I didn't realize that it was the mainstream to vaping. I didn't realize that it even went hand in hand with vaping, because I didn't even know anything about vaping. But I remember those.
Yeah, and
I think
I was on name for a week, and I went to this computer vape shop thing that was close by, and bought a Ego with the CE4. And it was that helped me the most. A couple of weeks later, I went away and bought a Nemesis, and was it a Nova? Nova tank, and bought one of them, and that lasted for a good couple of months. And then I got myself K-Fan Light, and that lasted for another couple of months, and then it just rolled on from there.
Yeah, it progresses. It does. It really does. I went from everywhere. I mean, I was squonking before it was popular. I mean, Before it was fun, and people would be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that you're vaping that," and I'm like, "What?" I had my King because when I got the Kangaroo drip box, I actually got the drip box 160 after that one, and I loved it. I mean, I had it until it finally stopped working, maybe like 6 months ago, and I was still using it. And I loved that little device. And I had it one time, and I was passing by a vape shop, and I was at the store next to it, and the guy came out and he's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "The drip box?" Because the clouds were coming out crazy. Because I was just doing regular round wire stainless steel coils, but it would give off a lot of plumes. And he was just like, "Oh, that's what it is." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's all it is."
Well, my first squonker was a homemade squonker, and I gave it away.
Wow, you should have kept that as a souvenir, and you never know, it might be like worth something years to come.
No, I doubt it. It was just a plastic box with a 510 stuff on top and a tube coming down to the bottle and some copper contacts for the battery.
Yep. Nice and safe.
And I can't remember who I gave it to.
Even
that long ago.
Get it back.
No, it's bound to have been, what, 3 years ago at least.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
It was good fun making it.
It works. I mean, once you get into it, you just have to find the best thing about vaping is, you know, for those that are still on the fence of like, you know, still smoking and still vaping, it's finding that right device and finding the right flavor. Once you find the right device and you match it up with the right flavor that's perfect for you is what's going to help you the most. That's when it's going to help you the most because you're really going to want to stick with that rather than picking up a cigarette. So that's like such an important key. And that's why I said I don't mind that there's so many variables of different devices and stuff because there's going to be that one device that just works for the person that needs it.
Yeah. I've got
Yep.
2 people that are going to go to vaping, and I've told them to go to a shop and try other juices to find what.
I'm not changing a lot of my juices, but I'm changing a lot of my devices. I'm vaping it now. I'm vaping this one on 40 watt. I've got one on 120 watts. I've got one on 105 watts. I've got my pot systems, and I'm changing all day long, and that keeps me on vaping because when I'm vaping the same thing all day or 3 days in a row, I'm getting bored of it. So I need to keep changing things, and that keeps me on vaping. So that's also one of the things why I run my channel, because I want to keep changing and I want to keep testing things out, and that keeps me out of smoking and keeps it for me a hobby. So I like changing everything and testing everything out and changing the wattage of everything. And the only thing I don't vape a lot is on mechanical mods or on tubes or anything, because I think it's too much work changing the battery.
Honestly, I use my mech mods and stuff at home. I don't really take them out unless I'm going to like a convention, like a vape expo or something. I'll take them out, but for the most part, I actually just vape them at home because of that and the fact that they aren't regulated and you have to take out the battery to shut them off and things like that. At my job, I'm primarily RTAs or my swamp mods because I can't drip because, I mean, I'm getting already enough looks, you know, just vaping. So dripping would just be something else. So it just makes it more convenient having to carry a bottle with you on break because I do have to go out to the smoking section and stand there and get all that, inhale all that smoke and everything. But with an RTA or with my swamp mods, it makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
I must be the lucky one out of 3 years. Because I'm working.
It's hard.
That's it.
I have to
when you go out with the smokers, it's so hard.
I can't even vape in my shop, so I have to stand in front of the shop to vape. So, And I'm still vaping a lot of pod systems because of that reason. Because with the pod system, I can go around the closet and vape there, and not the whole.
Yeah, you've definitely got a hard over there.
Yeah.
Because at least where I work, I'm in the cab myself, so it's just me that's getting the vapor.
Okay. My stream is getting trouble. Well, it took it a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting trouble now. I see it. It took it an hour and 40 minutes. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, and that's the first that's pros.
Okay. I'll yeah, but I still have to put it on my laptop, so I'm gonna see what you know. For me, just everything is running and it's okay. People are used to it.
As long as it's working, it's fine.
I know, but
It's called service.
Mark, we need to invite more women into the chat. Yakozi is asking.
yeah, I read that.
Yeah,
But that's the thing, there isn't many women
no.
reviewers. There's a lot of women promoters, but there's not many reviewers.
No. That's
Correct.
True. Yeah, we already had Jules in the show. Our mama.
Yeah, could I was get everybody off of the Bitches Eastwick? They do a show over here. Jules is part of that. Could I was try and get them on? So there's more women on the show.
Okay. Yeah. You have to invite more people into the show. It's always me getting the guests. So
yeah, exactly. One thing, you do have to clean your windows more if you vape in a vehicle.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I'm in different vehicles all the time, it sort of doesn't bother me. It's just people further down the line that's using the vehicle.
Yeah.
I'm used to cleaning them. It's like I know certain days, like I've actually designated certain days of the week to actually do it. So I'm like, I know.
I've got a man cave. I don't clean up once a year. So, and most of the time when I'm downstairs, I'm vaping my small pot devices now. So, not vaping too much clouds into the living for the windows and everything.
I can't see my window because my blinds is shut. They're always shut, so I didn't see it. And I've never cleaned them.
Same in my man cave. There's a big flag from Barcelona in front of the window, so I can't see the window. It's no problem, and it's 3 stairs up. So people with on the rooftop, so people can't see it from downstairs the window. So no problem. I don't need to clean it.
I am need to clean my wardrobes though, because the mirrors are minging. Nobody gets to see that because earlier.
Now you're doing it.
If you see this, if I can draw some pictures on it with my finger if I want.
That's all.
Yakuza. Is Yakuza talking about the cotton laces, the ones with the laces on the end?
Sometimes I use them,
niches, but I'm not sure because I've only got my favorite one is actually the Firebolt cotton. I've tried the cotton one, the cotton threads, and the Firebolt, and the cotton threads to me are too thin within the coil. It says 3 millimeter diameter, but it's not. It's way too thin. And when you have your cotton too thin within your coil and it's not snug enough, that's what creates spit back and gurgling and things like that. but the Firebolt cotton is perfect, and it's like this long for one thread, and you can literally thread 2 coils.
It's the same with the bus device laces. They're also long, and you can do 2 coils with it with the bus device. I like the bus device laces, and they're thick enough. And the ones from Wotofo, but I'm not really fan of the Wotofo cotton itself. But it's and I've got the same thing with the cotton threads. They're too small. They're good for a 2.5 millimeter coil,
Right.
not 3 millimeter.
But I don't use too many 2.5 millimeter coils. My coils are mainly 3 millimeters, so it's
mine
not
too.
worth it.
I've never used them. I just use my Moji cotton. That's what I use.
Most of the time I use my bus device, but now it's lying. So okay.
I told you this is for my profile Unity. That's all this is for.
I'm actually need to get more because my bag's going to be empty when I put them in my drawer.
That's all I use it for. I even have one here that I was actually showing somebody how to stretch it out and stuff. But yeah, that's the only one I use for my Unity. My Unity and also the Kylan M is I use the cotton squares.
That's what I use all the time. I've got this Modus cotton thing. Never been used. Coils are still sitting in it because I don't use it.
But my favorite cotton that I use that doesn't have threads on it or doesn't have the laces is this one, and this one I've been using for going on 4 years.
Oh, no.
I absolutely love the flavor of these. This cotton to me is like, in my opinion, for my vaping style, I absolutely love it. I have no break-in time. I love the flavor on it. I can tell between this and other ones that I've tried the flavor differences, and I always go back to this one.
That's for me. It's the bus device. It's over there, so I can't get it now. But it's a bus device cotton. I always go back to that. I can't get used to on the Kendo. I use it sometimes. I use it on RDAs, but I don't like it on RTAs. I can't get the right amount of cotton with the Kendo for my RTAs. I always go back to my bus device, but not with the laces. Just a normal bus device in a box with cotton.
Yeah.
That one I like that the most actually, and I always go back because I have a bag full of different cottons, and I use different ones in my reviews, but I'm always going back to the bus device, and they're still not sponsoring me, but I'm always using them in my reviews. They should have started sponsoring me actually, because I sell them a lot in my shop too because of my reviews. Everybody asks for the same cotton, so they should start sponsoring the channel, but
I don't know, but those are the main 2 cottons that I use, and then of course the cotton square for my mesh tanks. But other than that, those are the only ones I go to. Even for my reviews. I mean, I've been buying this. I'm not sponsored by them. They don't send it to me. I've been purchasing this for over 4 years.
Same with me with the bus device. If you get your favorite cotton, you keep on using that, and you can try very much. Because last time Valhalla cotton sent me, and I like it in an RDA, and it's okay, and I like to use it. But still, I'm going back to my old cotton because I'm used to that flavor. I'm used to working with that. If I pull off a piece of cotton, it's always the right thick. I don't have to think about it anymore. So that makes it just easy. You re-mix so many times a day or so many many RDAs. It has to be easy and it has to go fast. So that's why I always go back to the same cotton.
Oh no, for me it's also about the texture of the cotton, which is why these 2 are pretty much the only 2 that I really use. Cotton bacon has this weird texture to it that I don't like. It's just, I can feel it in my fingers. I don't like it. The Wotofo has a very similar feel to it. And the I think it's Imperial Wicks or something like that. That one also, it was very close but it still didn't meet like the texture that I needed, which the Kendo, I love the texture about it. So that's, yeah.
Right guys, last shout out for any questions before the show finishes.
Yep.
If you do have any, please post them.
Yeah, Konica says she uses Silkwick. It's from a Belgian company. It's a good cotton, but it's a really expensive cotton for the things you get. You get 7 pads of cotton for €10, so I think it's a pretty expensive one. That's why I don't use it. It's a good one, but it's too expensive to use like I use cotton.
Yeah. Yeah, if you try, I don't know. I do like the Fireball cotton, and I didn't know that I would like it after trying. Because I tried the cotton threads first, and I tried the cotton threads. I was like really wanting to like them, and then when it was just giving me that play in the coil, I was like, oh, forget it. And then I went and bought some Firebolt, and I'm like, I'm gonna try it because people keep telling me to try it, and I actually do like it. Where I never had a second favorite to my Kendo until I got the Firebolt.
I think I need to try more cottons rather than just sticking to my square pads.
I mean, it makes it easier, but it's the same, it's just you're still putting it, but it's already measured for you and it makes it easier.
Yeah. I'll maybe try and get some next time in the shop, which will probably be during the week.
She's typing like a secretary.
Yeah.
I do data entry for a living, so.
Yeah. I know that one. I had a desk job for 14 years, so I know how it is. Falcon. I'm not a big fan of the Falcon tank. Connie?
No, you're better with the Freemax Mesh Pro.
Yeah.
You get better flavour from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Between the two, the Mesh Pro is better, I think, in my opinion, too.
Yeah, now the next mesh, I'm starting to like it more and more, actually, the next mesh. The only thing I didn't like about the next mesh of Orf is the drip tip. I changed the drip tip to another one because I didn't like the drip tip on the tank. But for the rest, the flavor of it is really good. After the coil it's really wicked in, it really matches the Mesh Pro, actually. So, but yeah, still not on the market, but it's going to come out and it's a really good one, flavor-wise. But also the Mesh Pro is also the only other tank I still use on my own when I take a sub-ohm tank with me.
How I angle on the calling it Dimi on the black one.
Huh?
The wee triangle that you find to push it to fill it up.
Yeah.
How easy is it to find the black version?
Which black? Which black version?
Next mesh.
Yeah.
Black version.
Yeah.
The wee triangle on the top. How easy is it to find?
Oh, it's pretty easy. It's
a lot easier to find than on the stainless steel then.
Yeah, I still didn't open the stainless steel. I'm gonna open it for review and I'm gonna give it away. The stainless steel. I'm gonna keep using the black one for myself and I'm gonna give away the stainless steel. So I didn't open it yet. It's gonna be an unboxing in the review from the stainless steel. And I tested the black one because I like the look of the black one and I want to keep using it, so black one's gonna be for me.
Well, on the stainless steel, it's actually pretty hard to see because it's that small that it takes you to see it.
No, on the black one, it's in silver, so you can see it pretty well.
Yeah.
I can, if it's.
I see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Where with the silver one, it is
You can see it better like that. See?
Yeah.
It's there where my finger is.
Yeah.
Probably just
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but on the black, it's actually in white, so it'll stand out. But on the stainless steel, it's just engraved stainless steel, so it's harder.
That's the only thing that I've found that's wrong with it.
Mm. I like the filling system that it closes off.
Yeah, that's leak proof. Because you can open it and turn it upside down,
Yeah.
and nothing will come out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
really good. I'm wondering how long it's going to last, but that it's going to close up good.
I can't even remember if you get a spare steel for up there or not in the box.
I got a box here with me, so I can check it.
I'm pretty sure it comes with 2.
Do you got a spare one? Let me see. Nope, you don't have a spare.
Is there no spare?
No.
So if that rips,
yeah.
it's obviously not going to be leak proof anymore.
Nope.
But you should still be able to use it.
Yeah, you can use it, but it's not going to be leak proof anymore.
I know, I like it. I have like big thoughts on it. I like it, but I don't like it. Like I don't like it because like, especially like if there's not enough light, I know how to open it and everything, and I know where the hole's gonna be, but I always get worried I'm gonna miss the hole because it's like all one color, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right, there it is.
That's true.
I'm going to put the link to Wendy's.
Yakuza is still waiting for the armadillo giveaway. I think I already give away 5. So there's been a lot of armadillo giveaways.
Now I've just posted Wendy's YouTube link again in the chat.
Thank you.
If you haven't subscribed, please go along and subscribe. That is the show for tonight because it is 9 o'clock here, 10 at Dimi's.
Yeah.
Times at the year end, Wendy?
4.
In the afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
for me it's almost bedtime, but we've got a holiday tomorrow, so don't have to work tomorrow. So that's a good one.
So thanks to Wendy for coming along and coming on the show, and thank you to everybody that's come into chat and commented and asked questions. Without you, there wouldn't be a show.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate being invited.
Yes, and you're welcome to come on anytime you want.
Yep. Just give a shout out and you can come back.
I'll try to schedule it again.
Okay.
But yeah, it was nice to have.
Yeah.
You want to say your goodbyes, Dimi?
Yeah. Just give a shout out, Wendy, when you want to come on again, or when you have time to come on again. We arrange it, even maybe with another guest, extra with 4 people. We will arrange it. So that's what I wanted to say to you, and to everybody else. Thank you for being in the chat again. It was a very amusing chat today, and it was an active chat, so it was nice. And for the rest, good evening everybody, en laat een domp maar komen. That's my...
You want to say your goodbyes?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, everybody in chat, and of course you guys as well. I really had a great time. I love the conversations in chat. That to me is always really, really important. So I definitely like that, and we all learn something from each other, so that's another plus always. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I had a great time.
Thanks again for coming along. To everybody in chat, thank you for watching. We will be back next week. We don't know if we've got a guest yet or not, but we will be here at the same time. Thanks very much. As always, good night, stay safe, and bye.
Bye.